Also, it's been a while since I posted a build video. I've changed computers, so it's been really hard to figure out how I can record my screen, edit videos, and do voiceovers on this new Windows 10 computer. I really do not like Windows 10. I'm used to working with a MacBook, so it's been a challenge, but nevertheless, I am back building a video, and I apologize if there is a watermark in this video and if the quality is a little bit less than what I hope will be usual, because I hope that the next time I upload it will be a little bit better quality. But yes, so this build is a nice Hamptons inspired family home. It's very fancy and big, and I had a lot of fun building it. So I hope you like it. So I'm using items that came with the pets expansion pack, and of course lots of other items from other expansion and stuff packs. So I apologize if you don't have them, but I have been really loving the build and buy mode items from the pets pack. Also have been loving the vintage glamour stuff pack because there are so many glam items in there and it really suits my building style. So yeah, I've been enjoying it. I mean, it was a long time coming. I really wanted the purchase, but everyone was saying that it isn't the type of pack that you should buy straight away. You should buy other things before you buy that one. So I agree, because you don't get much in the pack, but now that I do have it, I'm really loving it. I'm not a big stuff pack person. I tend to buy the expansion packs before I buy the stuff packs, and I only buy the expansion packs normally when they're on sale, so I end up getting them for just a little bit extra than the usual price of a stuff pack, and I find that you get way more in them anyway. So the inspiration from this build was of course from Pinterest. I spent way too much time on the website. Yeah, so I was looking at tropical West Indies style houses, and this one came up, and of course everything is like varying shades of white in this build, so I would say it's more Hamptons inspired than West Indies inspired. If you don't know what West Indies architecture or decorating looks like, look it up on Pinterest or Google. It is actually so pretty. So I really want to do one of those builds with different shades of brown and green. I find in those builds, brown and green, and maybe some shades of blue, whereas this build is more light colored. I definitely use a lot of shades of white in this one because I guess I wanted to. I don't know. I was feeling more Hamptons inspired at this time. And I apologize if those lights are in the way. I will delete some of them in a short while. They came in the vintage glamour pack and I really liked them. Also, I really like this flooring, but I understand if other people don't like it. I was trying to give it like a rustic yet polished style. So almost like if a barn house had been converted. Yeah, almost like that. But then of course that's trendy nowadays, so people would have paid a lot for this house if it's in a good area like the Hamptons. So yes, I love building these places because I guess I'll never be able to afford one on my own. Or like ever at all. I don't know. I just figure that I'm probably not going to own a house or going to own an apartment, because in Australia property prices are so expensive unless you live in the middle of nowhere. But even in my small town, houses are really expensive. I don't know why, because it's not like we have really good jobs here to pay for those houses. Or like the houses, if they're a little bit fancy, if they're a little bit different from the norm, they end up being twice the price or even more. So they're really overpriced. And yeah, so houses in Australia are really expensive, especially if you are looking for a house somewhere like Sydney or Melbourne or even Brisbane. Brisbane not so much, but like Sydney and Melbourne, oh my god, so expensive. And we've got politicians here who are kind of like, you know, the usual middle-aged white men, and they don't really know what's up. And their advice is to just get better jobs. And all of us young folk are like, well, we're trying. I'm just noticing that the video quality is a little bit shitty, so once again, I apologize. It really sucks that it's jolting like this. I'm hoping when I upload it, it will be a little bit better. Hopefully by the next time I upload, I'll have tweaked some settings and made it a little bit better. It's been a huge trial and error process because I've been trying different screen recorders and different video editors. The screen recorder has been the hardest one to find because not only do you have to pay a lot of money if they're not free, but the ones that are free tend to not work very well. They don't take good quality video, or they don't save properly, or I've had instances where it's either recorded, it's said it's recorded, and then it's just been a blank screen after I've done all the work, or it's just recorded the wrong screen. It's just recorded my desktop while I've gone in and built the house. So that has been a very frustrating, to say the least. So yeah, as you can see, I'm using some items from what is it, Vintage Glamour, but I'm trying to be eclectic here, trying to use shades other than just white, because I guess that's the safer option, you know, when you don't know how to match stuff. And see the brown furniture here, that is my inspiration, my West Indies decor style inspiration coming through. I wanted it to be, yeah, kind of like a converted warehouse, converted barn, or like kind of like hunting lodges that you find in South Africa or the West Indies or wherever. Even a little bit Singaporean inspired. I really can't make my mind up when it comes to where I've found my inspiration, because I guess I look at a million different images on Pinterest and then come up with something based off of that. So yeah, I'm enjoying getting back into the game and into Sims. What I do is I don't have a lot of time, and I really should be studying for university. So now I've come up with a way that I can feel a little bit less guilty with playing Sims, and that is I basically just listen to my lectures over and over again, or I look up supplementary lectures and videos on YouTube and listen to them. So not only will I listen to my university lectures, I'll listen to other videos related to the topic over and over again while I play The Sims, so that I feel less guilty about playing so much Sims. And I did this last exam period because I was feeling stressed and I just wanted to get my mind off the exam a little bit, and I didn't want to be sitting down for 8 hours a day studying. So I just played The Sims, and I played videos over and over again with like different definitions and really good study review videos. I study psychology, so there's great videos out there. And maybe if you study something else, it'll be a bit harder, but I study psychology, so there were great resources on the internet. And I did my exam, and I think I might have done pretty well, actually. But when I made this video, I was actually watching a Netflix documentary. I think it was on Gloria Albright. She's a human rights attorney, and like a lot of people hate her apparently in the United States. I'd never really heard of her, or maybe I'd heard of her but not really paid much attention to her. She seems to be represented in the media as like a really vicious, horrible person, but then watching the documentary, she seems pretty cool. Like she was an activist from the 60s and 70s onwards, and that was the time when women didn't have many rights, gay people didn't have rights, black African Americans didn't either, and she campaigned for all of that. So she had very progressive thinking, and she was very brave. You know, she was in a man's world, basically. And she really opened up a lot of doors for a lot of women and African Americans and LGBTIQ, I think LGBTIQ people. So that's really cool as well. Anyway, back to the build. I don't know, should I talk about the series that I'm watching in these videos? I watch a lot of TV. I really shouldn't. I don't watch a lot of movies though. I watch a lot of TV series because I feel like it's a lot more manageable. I get really distracted when I watch a movie. I have to pause it like constantly. It can take me about a week to watch a movie. They move too slowly. I like TV shows because they kind of like, you know, they give you a good plot line per episode if it's a decent show, and then and then you're done with the episode, and then you can watch a new one if you want to. Maybe I'll do some TV show inspired builds. I really need some inspiration. If you can think of anything, comment down below of what you'd like to see built, because I need inspiration. I can't just build the same sort of stuff all the time. I really want to go out there and do something fun. Like, I seem to have two definite styles. One is like eclectic, old school Hamptons, vintagey inspired, and then the other one is like the polar opposite, where I like to build really futuristic, clean, modern, sleek, minimalist houses. So I have two varying ends of the spectrum that I tend to, my building tends to be very polarized, very one or the other. So I'd like to find a way to build houses that aren't my usual build. But I would like to buy some more stuff packs and expansion packs. I definitely want to buy the jungle pack. I don't know what it's called. The one that just came out, and it's like in South American jungle inspired. I really like the idea of it because my hometown is actually in a very tropical, hot environment. Is a lot like South America, because I guess it's on the same latitude. So yeah, I live in a very tropical environment. We are closer to Asia than my own capital city where I live. So yeah, like it's similar to Bali, I guess. When I went to Bali, I was just like, why did I even bother coming here? It's so similar to home, like in terms of the beaches and the climate and the trees and everything, like the scenery, everything's very similar. So I really want to buy that pack because I think it looks awesome. I think I could like try and recreate my house and my backyard, especially with the tropical plants that they have. I think that I would like to try and replicate my yard at home because I have a massive yard. I live in town, but we're lucky enough to have a really big yard, and my mum was really into gardening when she first moved in. Like, pretty much when we first moved in, the yard was blank, like there was really no trees basically, and over the years she planted so many trees, like tropical palm trees, and we've got palm trees, coconut trees, bamboo, and lots of other different tropical plants all around our fence line. So basically when you drive into the driveway, you've just got like towering palm trees and tropical trees all around. It's like a little sanctuary. It's like kind of like an oasis. It's pretty cool. Like, I try and look at it from the eyes of someone who might not have seen our yard before, and I'm like, wow, if you were a stranger coming into our yard for the first time, you'd be like, holy crap, is this like Jurassic Park or something? Because yeah, they like towering trees, and we've got a huge mango tree in the middle of our backyard. Yeah, so I kind of wish I could include photos, but that would be totally random in this video. But as you can see, back to the build here. The style, yeah, it's the Hamptons, okay? These Sims, if they're living in the Hamptons, they've got money to splurge. So that bedroom was very decadent. I like the word ostentatious because it just sounds fancy and it describes fancy, so you know what you're saying straight away. Ostentatious. Lately I've also been trying to use different wall colors, like wall colors that I wouldn't normally use, because they've got a lot there and I never use them. I would really like if they had a plain black wall, but a plain black wall with a nice white trim. I think that's what I really want. So if they could do that I would be very happy. I would love to have some black wall rooms, which sounds super random, but I would love it. And then I put those random diner style curtains in because I really couldn't find anything else. And those candles last about 30 seconds before I realized that I don't like them, and then I changed to some lamps. But I'm really indecisive. Whenever I do these builds, I get so indecisive. I could be building without recording it and I'll be fine. I will build something awesome, something like I've never done before, and it's totally experimental, but it works because I'm like a lot more relaxed. Whereas when I build these, I struggle to have inspiration and I struggle with indecisiveness. I think the difference though is that when I build when I'm not recording, I'm building for like a Sims family. If I have a family in mind in the game that I'm building for, then I feel so much more inspired. But when I build these, I build with the viewers in mind, and I don't know who you guys are and what you want or what you'd hate, and I just presume that you guys would hate everything, so I kind of freak out and try and please everyone, I guess. So from now on, I'm going to try and just design a family and then design the house based on that family. And if you guys want to watch it, that's cool. If you don't want to watch it, that's cool as well. But I need to get my mojo back. I need to be more inspired and less afraid, because I tend to put off these videos because I get scared that people absolutely hate them. Not scared that people won't watch them, because I get that like I might only get 5 views per video, but like I get scared that people will actually hate them and resent using their internet on these videos. That's so morbid. But yes, I put a kid's bedroom in as well because let's face it, a lot of the time when we play Sims games, our Sims end up having babies for whatever reason. Yeah, so of course I put a kid's room in. I like this build because it's quite open. You've got the fence, the open window fence thingy from the pets pack, and that opens it up and you can look down into the foyer / living room and everything. And then you still have your living areas, your bedrooms, like your sleeping areas, and they're kind of cordoned off. I think if I had a house, I'd want it to be big and open like this. If I had unlimited money, then yes, something like this. So I'm just putting the finishing touches in the house. Of course, the bedroom, I did this bedroom pretty quickly because I couldn't really decide what I wanted, so I guess I just winged it. When in doubt, I always use the navy blue wall because that's my favorite. I think it's classy, and like soothing and relaxing. But realistically, in everyday life, I think if I was designing a room, I think I would just paint the walls white or something, because I'm basic. Yeah. I think this is it. This is the last room I built. I would go back and change the bed. I think if I was going to change anything, this bed here I would change, but apart from that, I think it's pretty livable. I think my Sims won't be too disappointed when they move in. I can't wait to actually make the family to move in. I think they're going to be pretty fancy. So yes, I hope you like this, and like, comment and subscribe if you did. And I'll just show you quickly the yard as well. I didn't do much yard work because I'm not a great landscaper, but I just put in a path and like a basic garden bed with a hedge because I need to work on my landscaping. Maybe when I get the jungle pack I will. So yeah, I look forward to making more videos in the future, and like, comment and subscribe, and I'll put in some photos of the build as well.